If one person's silence can ruin your whole day, you are not living from alignment. You are living from approval. Because when you outsource your worth, your nervous system becomes a stock market. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Based on a text, a tone, a like, a compliment, a lack of response. And beloved, that is not freedom. That is a leash. Our official alignment anchor. Yellow light. Pause. Breathe. Right where I am, God is. So I ask, what's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Here is today's consequence. When you outsource your worth, you will abandon your truth to maintain someone else's comfort. And you'll call it being mature. You will call it being strategic. You'll call it reading the room. You will call it humility. But the real consequence is this. You become easy to influence and hard to trust because your yes and no change depending upon who is watching. And the saddest part, when approval is the goal, you can be loved and still feel unsafe because you're never sure if they love you or the version of you performed. In this conversation, there are two familiar characters. Character A, the approval chaser. The approval chaser is not shallow. They are hungry for safety. They have learned that being accepted equals being protected. The approval chaser looks something like shifting your personality depending upon your audience, avoiding honesty because you fear disappointment, overperforming so you can't be criticized, taking feedback as a verdict on your value, spiraling when someone is displeased, feeling responsible to win them back when you sense disapproval. Character B, the rooted one. The rooted one still cares, but they don't collapse. They know approval is a bonus, not a foundation. What does the rooted one look like? It looks something like telling the truth kindly, even when it's uncomfortable. Letting people have reactions without chasing them. Saying no without rehearsing a defense. Being consistent across rooms. Measuring success by integrity, not applause. And listen, beloved, the approval chaser is not weak. The approval chaser is trained. But you were not created to be managed by other people's moods. So here's how the approval trap shows up in daily life. It can look like checking your phone to regulate your emotions, reading into emojis, punctuation, or silence, over-explaining your choice so that people will approve of them, avoiding decisions until you know what they think, saying yes, then resenting the yes, apologizing for normal needs, performing confidence while secretly begging to be affirmed, staying quiet so you won't be judged. And here is our yellow light check-in. Is this integrity or is this image management? Here is the truth that steadies everything. Approval is external. Worth is internal. And your worth is not negotiable. If God is love, then your value is already settled. Not earned, not defended, not proven. Green light is not they like it. Green light is this is true. Red light is not they're mad. Red light is I'm abandoning myself. And yellow is our holy hinge, because yellow is where you pause long enough to choose truth over applause. I know that personal mirror moment trap. I know what it is to feel the pull of approval and mistake it for guidance, to read a room like it is a test, to measure my safety by someone else's reaction. And I had to learn this. Disapproval does not equal danger. Sometimes someone's discomfort is simply the sound of your growth. The shift came when I stopped letting other people grade my worth and I started letting truth anchor it. Outsourcing your worth is like building your house on rented land. As long as the landlord is happy, you feel stable. But one mood shift, one disagreement, one no, and suddenly you're afraid that you will lose the whole foundation. Yellow light is the moment that you decide, I'm done living on rented ground. I am building on rock. The pivot protocol: pause, assess, and decide. Here is how to practice this today. First, we pause. When you feel the urge to check, chase, explain, or perform, take one breath. Say, yellow light. Our second step is to assess. Ask 3 questions. Ask, what am I trying to secure right now? Approval or alignment? Ask, what do I believe will happen if they disapprove? Ask, what is one faithful sentence I can stand on, even if they don't like it? And if you want the alignment chain, use this. Premise, what am I believing? Vision, what do I really want? Purpose, why does it matter? Strategy, what is the next faithful step? Because approval chasing often sits on a premise like, if they don't approve, I am not safe. And beloved, your safety is not their mood. Our third step is to decide. Make one aligned decision, not 10, just one. Here are 3 options. Speak one clean truth. This is what I am choosing. Set one boundary. I am not available for that. Stop the chase. I'm going to let them feel what they feel, and I am going to stay true. And remember, this is not the most dramatic step. It's not the most impressive one. It is the next faithful step. So here is your charge for today. Stop outsourcing your worth. Approval is not your altar. Truth is. And yellow light, beloved, is to pause, assess, and decide. Today, practice this one sentence. I belong to truth, not approval. If you like to journal, use the following prompt. Where am I chasing approval? And what would alignment look like if I stopped performing? If today's conversation stirred you, don't rush past that. That stirring is often the soul's way of saying, pay attention, this is your yellow light. And you do not have to navigate this alone. If you are craving clarity, if you're ready to live with purpose, and you want aligned action that holds up in real life, I would love to support you. You can reach out to learn more about Life Charter or what it looks like to work with me, Babs. Just send me a message with the word yellow and tell me where you feel stuck, numb, or unsure. I will respond with the next best step and the simplest way we can walk it together. Until tomorrow, yellow light, pause, breathe. Right where I am, God is. What's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move one faithful step at a time. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. I love you deeply. For in truth, we are old friends because we are one.